As many of you know, I've been live streaming on Twitch, and I've also been talking about doing this mixing stream, something a little different than what most people are doing. And it's a little more technically complicated, and I thought I had it ready, and I attempted it last week, and it was kind of a failure technically. I kept having crashes. I had 5 of them pretty quickly, but what we did capture was pretty cool. And going through that made me realize I kind of needed to stop and actually have another computer built, which is being done right now. I've decided to put off my Twitch streams for a few days. Hopefully that's as long as it's going to be till I get this right, because I don't want to be doing streams unless they're the way I want them to be. In the meantime, I edited together what we did last week. It was kind of a mess, but what we caught's kind of cool. It's up here so you can kind of see what I've got in store, and this was just kind of like a test run anyway, so check it out. I hope you like it. All right, so tonight I'm going to be mixing a song by Slade, something that we worked on here during one of my in the studio streams. And I have, while I'm mixing, I'm going to have commentary by Luke Campolietta and Jimmy from Tokyo Teens.
How's everyone tonight?
So the way this is going to work is as I'm mixing, Luke is going to be making commentary on the mix and answering questions. All righty. And Kit, you're up there. I don't know if you're able to listen to the audio or not, but if you got any comments on the audio, what it sounds like, let me know. Also, I think Tap is up there. I don't know if Tap is listening or not, but if Tap is listening, let me know what the audio sounds like, because I'm not sure about the mix here. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this a little bit here. So if you want to switch over to mix view, you really only need to show me, Jim, if I'm just talking direct, like that shot right there is just like if I'm only talking to the audience. Oh, you hear us? Cool. All right. So, just in case anybody missed it, I've got Luke Campolietta doing commentary. Luke is a guy that went to Berkeley and worked at Avatar, which used to be Power Station in New York, and then worked with me for a while. We remained friends, and he works down at Patchwork and with a bunch of other people as well. And he's going to talk about my mixing. So I'm just going to jump into it. This is a song I worked on a while back, and I'm just going to be mixing it. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to jump in. I'm going to play the song a little bit, and we'll dig in, and I'm going to be jumping all over the dang place.
So what's going on, y'all? I'm going to be taking over here. We got Jim joining us. He's our executive TV producer in here.
There you go.
Taking care of all the visuals. Okay, let's just take a listen to what Billy's got going on first. So you can see he's kind of checking which sounds are going to be mono and stereo. Even though there's 2 channels to a track, it still is only a mono and stereo track. Billy loves these filter bank EQs. Billy's been using these plugins since I've known him.
When he finds something that he likes, he sticks with it for sure.
I want you guys to notice how he's EQing while other things are going on. Sometimes people solo an EQ, which is great and all, but really it's about finding how the frequencies work amongst the other instruments. So here he is working on the kick drum. Here we go. And now you can see he's going to try to find that fundamental.
And so what is he looking for here exactly?
So in every drum or every instrument, there's going to be some sort of fundamental, especially in drums, especially in kick drums. There's going to be the main like resonant frequency that all the other harmonics kind of build upon.
Okay.
And he's looking for that main one that really makes this kick drum pop out. Now, sometimes they can be really low. Some kick drum, the resonance may be down in the 40 hertz, 50 hertz, 60 hertz, but he's really liking the sound. I can kind of see it's like around 110 hertz, I think. And of course, he's got to adjust his output because, anytime you EQ something, you're adding gain. So if the level already going into the EQ is heavy, he's going to have to adjust the output.
That's a key. That's a key factor when it comes to live. Sound production. It's not just levels. Anytime you switch up an EQ, you're adjusting volume.
Of course, absolutely. It's all about gain staging. And we can even notice there's a small filter on the low end of the kick, and Billy's been known to filter out some low end because his theory is if he can take some of the low end out, he can actually turn the kick up. But we're talking about a gentle filter here, y'all, gentle filter. Love the Pro Q3. If you guys don't have this plugin, you're missing out. This thing is sick. So it looks like we're about to make a loop of a section and work on a part of the song. Yeah, I mean, this plugin is great. Obviously, it's got the spectral analysis, and it's also got a little solo thing. You guys can see a little headphone thing that you can actually solo the band that you're looking for. And so here we go. See, look, now he's looking for the fundamental lower. You see he's down in the 40 hertz range. So it looks like he wants to tame that a little bit. This plugin is so cool. So it's a dynamic EQ. It's not multi-band compression. It's something a little bit different. It's a dynamic EQ. Y'all really need to check that out. Love this thing. Shadow Hills. 2 compressors in series together.
Slade just walked in.
So you realize I need to adjust my gain
up?
structure here. I've got...
We got Slade in the house, Billy Hume.
As in the building?
In the building.
Yes, he's about to walk
tell him to come on in here.
Let's cut.
Slade. Hey, man. So you're going to hang out in here with me. You get to sit in the high chair.
Hey, it's the throne.
The throne. Hold on. I just realized I'm totally pushing the master fader here a bit hard. Let me bring all that down.
Yo, really important thing we just saw here, y'all.
You just started?
Yeah, just getting going here.
Sometimes you got to pull all the faders down. I try to stress to so many people how important the gain staging a mix is. And we can see right here, Billy's now trying to get his gain staging right. On the Shadow Hills, you can see on the left side, he's monitoring the input into the Shadow Hills. And now that's the compression side. So some of you guys that don't know how the Shadow Hills, it's 2 compressors in one. The left side is the optical side, and the left side is the VCA side. It's a sick unit. As he works on it more, we'll talk about it. It's amazing. I love it. I love using it. I gotta love echo claps. So actually, in my sessions, because of Billy, I name my delays echoes EKO. It's so it's so clever, and the echo, and the reason why it's EKO, so when it shrinks down, you can still read it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
right.
That's the reason.
You don't want to get hung up trying to.
Yeah, like you're like, what is this? Yeah,
read.
echo. Another thing that Billy also does that actually I do differently, but I this makes sense, is he puts his effects of whatever he's working on next to the thing. So here we're working on a little clap delay.
Right.
And it's right next to the track. I mean,
Yes, that makes sense.
So this is what really cool what's going on, guys. He's looking to create a natural ambience. You hear those reflections.
And the artist that we're working with tonight is Slade. A great human being. Wonderful artist.
I'm excited to see how this song turns out.
Yes, yeah, me too. It's really been fun working on this thing the past few weeks. It's a great piece of art for sure.
So this is another thing Billy always talks about is filtering his effects as well. So he's got a high and low pass filter happening on this echo clap.
Oh yeah. So we're making the clap bigger?
Kind of. So the idea behind this is, so we hear this clap dry. It doesn't sound real, right? We don't hear sound like that in the natural world. So by adding a short delay of just a couple of milliseconds, it makes the clap just a little bit more real. It makes it a little bit thicker, especially when you start adding more elements. This echo is gonna come in really clutch. I mean, look how different it is with the mute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're talking very subtle stuff. All these small things are going to add up. This is what I've been waiting on. I want to see what Billy does with the bass. Oh, he's got a Pultec type EQ on it. Love that. I just want to draw attention again that he's working on elements while other things are being worked on. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I get lost in solo world where I'm just working on things in solo, but that's not mixing. Mixing is the elements being, sharing a relationship with each other.
Right. And how they work relative to each other.
Exactly, 100%. And I'm being reminded of this watching Billy, you know. I haven't watched Billy mix in forever. So this is cool. So now we're adding some verb to some claps. You honestly can't go wrong with D-verb. It gets the job done. Ooh, short reverb.
Yes, Kit Mama brings up a good point in the chat. Several of our viewers have been here for the entire ride, watching this song being developed just from an idea.
Oh, sick.
And we've brought it this far. It's
Man.
really cool. So some of these people have been with us for the entire ride.
Dude, that's so incredible.
Yes,
like
it is.
To see the process from the beginning and the mixing is just a whole nother process of seeing the dream come to fruition.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay, let me see what's going on with this. What track was that? That might be in the synth track. Okay, here we go.
I know what I wanted to ask. Hey, Slade. So on this part here, because it's been a while since we made this, because all I have from you is this. I was like, oh, is that just a loop? But is that me playing guitar in there?
Play it again?
Yeah, I think that's...
Yes. Yeah.
You didn't bring your computer, did you? Damn it! Yeah, I was like, I could probably use the stems from that, because they're like, this one's not so much. I'm kind of just treating it like a loop.
Yeah.
But I remember you playing that.
Because there's another song where I know I wanted to break out the stems from the loop. Yeah. But I think we'll be cool on this one, because I'm kind of treating it more like this little background thing. But yeah, God, I almost called you too. Oh, hold on.
I thought about it on my way here.
That's good timing. That's just great timing. Perfect timing.
Cool. So that was a synth track that we were listening to. So we can see he cleaned up the low end, cleaned up some of the low mids.
I got my internet set up today.
Oh, cool.
So you probably have, Luke, a nice list of go-to plugins that you use.
Everyone's got their tools.
Right. And so how do you feel about experimentation?
I think experimentation breeds, creativity.
So don't be afraid to
try new things.
Yeah.
But that being said, sometimes the old faithfuls work. These filter banks, I remember first meeting Billy, he was using these filter banks. And as we can see on that filter bank, he's looking
Right.
for some mid-range in that synth to make it pop. Sometimes the mid-range is lower than you think it is. I think he was boosting 800 hertz or something. Really cool lead guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's crazy. Like the guitars aren't panned out so much, but they sound wider than they should be based on the pan. It's so cool.
Why is that? Why is that?
I don't know. It might just be the effect on it, the way it was recorded,
Right.
whether it was the amp or the amp sim.
Okay.
And also all these stacks.
Yeah.
And the EBOs, obviously. We'll go over
Yeah.
some.
Oh.
Maybe we'll have Billy explain the EBO.
It's, I love it. I can't wait to get to that on this particular song. The EBO.
It's kind of like caffeine. You can have too much, but it feels good.
It still
it does feel good. You know.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, I'm so glad Billy's using this plugin. These Helios EQs are so
Right.
great. I didn't know he used this EQ. It's great. And we're working on the bass right now. Can you put our talk back on solo isolate?
Your talk back?
Yeah, because like when you solo something, we're trying to talk through you.
Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, I said, yeah, good idea. Oh, my mouse is freaking out. Oh, you know what I know what it is? Hold on. I had my mouse completely freak out a couple weeks ago. And maybe it's doing it again. Oh, no, wait. No, it's still freaking out here. I don't know. Hold on a
Is
sec.
it just that plugin?
Yes.
Thanks.
Moving. I believe we may be back. Yes. Yes, we have audio.
All right, we're back. What's a stream without a crash, right? Jesus. Oh, can you close that door right there?
Yes.
Well, we'll see how far we got. Damn it.
We're back over here on this side.
All right, so let me get back to what I was doing. For some reason, I'm not going to even try to use that other damn plugin. I don't know what the hell that was about. But here I go. I was working on the bass.
Again, y'all, I just want to
Actually, I'm gonna
highlight
try it here.
he's working on it
Yes.
while listening to other things.
It's amazing. Crazy sounding, huh?
Yeah, I remember when Billy taught me, he's like, when people think about bass, they do think about like low end, but Billy really taught me it's more about mid-range. And we saw that happening here when he was looking for where in the mid-range would it would bump and jump out.
Right.
And you noticed when he would bypass it, it felt like the bass disappeared.
Right.
God. Are we streaming?
Yes. Yes.
We're going to try this again. We'll see what happens. I jumped to another song because it might be because we were on Pro Tools. I've been testing this for 4 days, and it worked fine. And so maybe it was Pro Tools. I don't know. So on Ableton, we're going to see how far we get. If it crashes again, I'm just going to get drunk or something. So anyway,
Word.
I'm coming back to this song, which we'd done a little mini stream mix for, and I didn't like the approach. So since we're going to work in Ableton, I'm going to work on this.
And we are back over here. I'm
Yeah,
Jimmy
I need
B
to
over
change
here with
this to
Brother Luke.
0.15. Luke, this is going to be a little different we're doing before because I've already EQ'd a lot of this shit. So I'm going to take it back, kind of taking the mix apart because I do not like what I did before on this song. And this is a song we actually made up online, and we've had a lot of people that are watching the stream ask about the song, and I really like the rough mix, but I somehow got off of the. Well, never mind. I'm not going to talk about it. I kind of lost where I was at. That's all I'm going to say. Hold on, I got to bring up these plugins, so I keep on these. But yeah, I want to go with more of a synthy sound, you know?
Yes. I'm down with that.
Okay, so, and our talkback mic is right. Let's just check that talkback mic one more time.
Yeah, you hear us?
Yep, all right, let's try this. I'm just going to jump in on this again. Here we go.
Cool. You can mute yourself.
Okay.
All right, the name of the song is Death Becomes You.
Yo, this is cool, Jim.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this is cool, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. Tokyo Teens. This will probably be on the EP when it comes out.
Man, Ableton is so cool. As you guys look at the bottom, you can see his whole signal chain. Man, love this Helios EQ.
Ableton has a nice look to it.
It
nice
does.
layout.
It makes me feel smart. It's like kind of techy. Like looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like so smart.
Oh, yes. Guitar.
So as Billy said earlier, he did a lot of his EQing before, but he felt like he wanted a different approach on the mix.
Yeah, it was originally a more synth-based when we came out of the gate with it, and then we threw in some guitars, which sound awesome, and it became a little guitar-heavy, perhaps. And now there's been some. We're rethinking that.
Okay, cool.
So we may be working from that aspect tonight.
Oh, there we go. We're getting some synths popping in.
So he's working on EQ now?
Yeah. He wants to make this synth be, like you said, like the guitars were more the main force, and now we want the synths to be the main force.
Right.
So he adjusted the level like we saw, and it looks like he had a nice bump, which looks around like 2K. It really just makes them strings pop out. I said strings, but I meant synths.
And
synth strings.
Synth strings, yes. So, are there some key frequencies that we need to be looking at?
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, I want to remind everybody, and what Billy's so good at is you need to make adjustments based on what everything else is doing. So sometimes a frequency for a certain synth for a certain song may not work all the time with other synths and songs.
I see.
So, you know, I don't want to get like trapped in being like, oh yeah, like 900 hertz is the one, because it may not be, you know?
Yes. We're talking about relativity.
Relativity,
basically.
exactly. Oh, I love that melody. That's sick. So here we got the strings, some Omnisphere and contact strings.
Right.
Nice. You know, Omnisphere is so sick.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Just beautiful.
I know.
Beautiful sounding. Nice. And so, Luke, if you would just take a quick moment, just talk about some of the things that you've worked on in your past. You've got a nice list of credentials for sure.
Yeah, I've been working here in Atlanta now for 10 years. I've worked with Billy. I've won awards, which is cool. But really, my eyes are on the future, you know, like.
Right.
I'm excited about the new things to come. It's about staying hungry, you know? And
Yeah, no matter what you've done in the past,
Doesn't matter.
we're still looking forward
exactly.
as artists.
Exactly. I'm not good at bragging about myself.
Yeah, I know. I can tell you're holding
I'm
back.
not-
You
yeah, I
really
don't-
don't want to put it out there.
No.
It's being humble will get you far in life.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man.
Well, you know what? I'm going to drag it out, some of that out of you through the course of these broadcasts.
That's perfect. Yeah, we'll do it over
Yeah.
a slow.
Yeah, slow burn.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, everyone, Luke knows what he's talking about. Yes. What's one big record that you worked on that everybody knows?
Well, I mean,
We'll
one
just
thing.
get one out.
Well, I mean, one thing that I love talking about is, you know, working with Billy. We both worked together.
Yeah.
Billy, and more so than me, with the String Dusters on that Laws of Gravity record.
Right.
Where, you know, I learned so much from Billy working on that record, and you know, I know he's proud of it, and he should be.
There's a Grammy Award involved there.
It is a Grammy Award-winning record, and
yes, it is.
and it's a critical piece of art.
I agree.
Oh, I love these acoustics. So right now, guys, you know, Billy, he's not doing so much like plug-in heavy things right now. We're really just rebalancing the mix. Sometimes I think people get lost in plug-in land.
Right.
Sometimes I get lost in plug-in land. But at the end of the day, we got to remember that mixing is all about blending. And before the term mix engineer became popular, they were actually called blend engineers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is like old term. They were, because it
Yes.
was about, you only had, you know, 4 tracks, 8 tracks, and you had to make a blend.
Right.
So before you became a mix engineer, it was blend engineering, and people forgot that mixing is about blending.
Blending.
And that's what Billy's doing right here. So we're not seeing a bunch of plugins in action. We're seeing blending in action.
Blending.
All right.
Hey.
I'm doing this one more time. One more time.
He's threatening.
Then I'm going to quit and have a drink. I will not give up so easily. I'm going to stream. If we crash, I'm going to have a drink, then I'm smashing my computer. No, I'm not going to do that.
He would
But
have a drink, though.
I was starting to like where the mix was going on this song. What was I doing when I stopped? I don't even remember.
Acoustics.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Well, we're back.
So again, just to you know, remind everyone what's kind of going on is a lot of the heavy lifting on this mix has been done plug-in wise, processing wise. We just want to change the blend and make it more of a synth song instead of more of a guitar rock song. So let's see. So Billy's going back. Oh yeah, I love this. I love that part of the song. Rainbow Circle of Death. Okay, there we go.
Yes. I call it the swirling beach ball of death.
I know. They had to make it like rainbow and happy, right?
Yeah, it's some kind of sick
I know,
joke
right? All right, looks like we're changing our buffering size. Buffering. There's a metal band called The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
And, you know,
I'm aware of them, yes.
And they have a song called I Hate Buffering. And it came out like, I mean, this is I was much younger, and like when the era of the internet was new. So like buffering was like a thing. Like
yes, it was.
constantly.
Yes, it was a huge thing. Yeah.
So whenever I get buffering problems, I play that song. Yeah, this is like our main hook synth track. And we can see there's a little bit of processing on it right now. There's really just an EQ on it. The sound itself is sounding great, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it just drills home the point that you don't need to put 100 plugins on everything. Sometimes the sound just sounds great.
Yes.
So bam, okay, so now I know what Billy's doing. So at this part, he automated that EQ, that bump at 2K, right at that section, it turns on and pops. And then
we discussed EQ automation. I remember that session, and that's an interesting thing. That's another layer to the onion.
oh, absolutely. When you start getting into EQ automation, you are going down the rabbit hole. Amazing plugin right here. Billy loves the metric halo channel strip. We have a de-esser right here as well. Oh, cool chord. Those backgrounds are awesome.
Phenomenal.
I'm a background vocal guy. They sound great. Looks like we're turning up that electric guitar right there. And there's our automation again of that EQ bump right here.
It really makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, this actually might be the volume EQ. Yeah.
I love this guitar solo.
Man, you saw how that number little 6 jumped up?
Yes.
That's that EQ automation. We should see it happen right here. Look at the number 6. Bam. Pops up.
Wow, it jumps right up.
Man, I don't do a lot of work in Ableton, but this is a cool program.
Yeah, those synths sound so nice. And again, love this guitar solo. And Billy played all these guitars, and he's not universally known as a guitar player necessarily.
He knows how to make a record, though. He knows how to make a record.
I think he's a great player.
You guys are really getting nitty gritty in automation. I love it. I'm an automation guy.
Did you hear that?
I like that. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Billy doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you could tell.
And it's funny. What's funny is you pointed that out, and like, look where he's at.
And look where he's at.
He's at. So still just getting our automations right. And it looks like we're doing volume automation.
So when it comes to being a successful engineer, a producer, where do you think you get the most schooling?
Man, being a producer,
job?
it's all on the job. And honestly, having a great mentor goes a long way.
Okay.
Like someone that can give you some sort of guidance, because it's a big world out there. The ocean is deep.
Yes, it
and
is.
it's easy to get lost out there. Oh man, Billy's gonna go down the rabbit hole if he starts going into Melodyne world. That's gonna be a whole different stream if we go into Melodyne. It's cool how that vocal fades out. It kind of becomes like an instrument in itself.
Yes, yes.
Oh man, I can't believe he's about to go into Melodyne right now. So for anyone that doesn't know about Melodyne,
One little tuning issue here. I'm gonna get that.
Right.
Melodyne it honestly is almost like some black voodoo magic. What this program can do. And we're going to get a first-hand look at this, and we're going to tune this note manually by hand. So we see the blobs. That's the pitch basis
Of the vocal.
Now, the line is the drift within. So he's going to straighten that out. And that's what normally we do is normally we'll cut and we'll try to line it up.
And so you're cutting a section out of that vocal and to pitch tune it.
Looks like he's checking the other ones. Yeah, Billy's the one. He actually was the one that taught me about how to use Melodyne.
It's fascinating to watch the great ones work.
Yeah, I mean, Melodyne is such a great program.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference. Like these small tuning errors, even like when you're playing a guitar,
Right.
just having one string out affects the whole chord.
Yes, it really does. It'll make an entire chord sound
Exactly.
out. And it's just one note of the chord.
Exactly.
Again, we're going back to relativity.
Exactly. We're gonna hammer that in. That's cool. If you really want to make your filters sound cool, you can do what happened with that EQ. If you do a low pass, which Billy was doing, and you raise where the cutoff is up a little bit, it just gives it a sound. So instead of just filtering, you can have this little bump happen. You see how there's a little bump where that 8 is?
Yes.
It makes a really cool sound in the filtering.
Wow.
I'm so happy I got to see that. So what I think just happened is he just automated that move so that the song will now end that way. That filter move should happen, I think is what happened. Let me see. Here he goes. He's going to make the move. Here he goes. And I like this move. This is cool.
Yes.
It adds a little bit of drama to the ending. It gets a little grainy.